So these past 2 weeks, I've been talking with you about gratitude. Gratitude, because it's always been and is an important practice that opens us up to and allows us to experience abundance in our lives. The mystic Meister Eckhart once said, it's one of my favorite quotes. He said, if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, that will be enough. But that thank you can't just be a head going through the rote thing. It has to connect. It has to connect with our hearts, with our spirits. And that's why this idea of, instead of trying to be grateful, start to see everything as gift, through the lens of gift, through the lens of gift. Because when you realize it's not something you've earned, you've deserved, you've made happen yourself, but it's gift that you've received. Well, gratitude is a more natural, heartfelt response. But gratitude is in many respects, as I said in the last video, it must be expressed in our behavior, in our actions, how we respond to gift. How we do that with gratitude involves, yes, thank you, but it also involves using it wisely, enjoying it, and caring for, taking care of the gifts we have. And that's sometimes so hard to do because we live in this world where abundance is a function of more, of lots, of plenty. Where oftentimes, to avoid a sense of scarcity of things or a sense of scarcity within ourselves, we try to do more and we try to have more and we accumulate things in our lives. We live in a country where, I don't know the statistics, but I would be willing to bet that if every storage unit that's available across this country that people rent for putting their things in that they don't have room for in their house, I'd be willing to bet, and I've not done statistics, that would make, if we could convert every one of those storage units into some type of safe home, a tiny home or something, I think that would probably really diminish the homelessness in our country. We live in a society where accumulation and having things is the measure of success, okay? But it's not always the measure of fulfillment and enjoyment and satisfaction in life, okay? Because we can only enjoy so much. We can only use so much. We can only take care of so much. But the other downside of having so much is that we stop seeing it. We stop appreciating it, and we start to take it for granted. Remember that refrigerator I was talking about in the last video about, like, wow, what a gift. It gives me cold ice cubes. Obviously, ice cubes would be cold, right? For a hot summer day, it keeps our food cold. Grateful for the electricity that powers that refrigerator. Grateful for the energy company that puts the wires in, that brings the electricity to me. Yeah, I don't, unless I'm really conscious of it, I can go days without thinking about the gift that fridge is, without really being grateful for the gift of a refrigerator, even though I know there are thousands and thousands of people around the world who don't have that simple gift to keep their food safe. But like happened last summer, take a day when just a half a mile down the road on a very hot day, a car, don't know what the driver was thinking. There's this big curve in the road. He didn't take the curve. And so he went smack dab into a power pole and knocked it on the ground. No electricity to our refrigerator on a very hot summer day. And because the pole had been, like, literally cut in half, knocked out of the ground, it wasn't a 2-hour fix. Those, bless them, gift, those electrical workers who came out and they were climbing up and they were working with these electrical wires and digging the hole and taking the old post out and putting the new post in. It's like gift. But all it takes is something like that, and suddenly I remember, refrigerator is a gift. Electricity is a gift. That's another important thing for you to be aware of. The downside of this emphasis on accumulation and having more and more and more and more is it gives us more and more and more to start to take for granted. And when we start taking things for granted, then guess what? We're not living in gratitude. We can oftentimes be living in entitlement. We can be living with the idea like, well, that's mine and I deserved it and I earned it. We're totally disconnected from gift. We're not going to be living in a state of satisfaction and fulfillment in our lives. And when we take it for granted, we're not going to take care of it. I've been talking to you about individual examples, but you know what? This taking it for granted, and so not appreciating it as gift, not caring for it as gift, is also visible. You can see it played out on a global stage. Look at what's happening to our planet. Talk about gift. But have we, as a human population, treasured it, appreciated it? Yes, enjoyed it, but have we cared for it? Here in the United States, a lot of us, myself included, are starting to realize what a gift our democracy is. What a gift so much that we've taken for granted as Americans has been. We're starting to see it as gift. We're starting to appreciate it. Now, there's two places you can go with that. You can go with fear of losing it, or you can step up and out of gratitude and appreciation, start paying attention and doing what we can to care for it. It's all the same thing, my friend. It's the same place I started with you 3 weeks ago. Instead of making gratitude this thing you do, where you list off the things that you like, oh, that was good, I like that, thank you for that, thank you for that, where it becomes this routine you just go through the motions of, or you feel guilty when you don't feel grateful. It all changes when you recognize this simple truth. Gift. It's all gift, my friend.